Good morning, dear class 7 students. Dear students, let us continue the fourth chapter, Weather and Climate. And today we will begin the chapter with the measuring temperature. So, variation in temperature represents responses to difference in isolation. So, we see a lot of changes takes place in the temperature, and that depends according to the we call the difference isolations. Isolations means the amount of sunlight reaches to the earth, or the amount of the energy received from the sun at different times. So due to the amount of the sunlight, and that also is in a different level, temperature, we could see that there is also we have the different changes. Now meteorologists measure shared temperatures, and the meteorologists, that means the the scientists, the temperatures measuring scientists, they measure the shared temperature. This is less variable than air temperature, which is affected by cloud cover and direct isolations. Temperature is measured using a thermometer. A continuous temperature reading is given by a thermograph. So let us talk about the point-wise maximum thermometer. When the temperature rises, when the temperature of the environment rises, the mercury in the thermometer expands and pushes the index along the tube. So this is the thermometer we would call the measurement, and as it is said that the mercury in the thermometer, so we have the mercury, this one, and expands or pushes in the index. So when the temperature is high, then the mercury pushes the index. So we have the index, this one, the metal index, which is mentioned in the figure. So as the temperature increases, the mercury is, or the metal index, not mercury, the mercury pushes the metal index to the upward side. When the temperature falls, the mercury contracts, but the index stay where it was pushed to by the mercury. But when the temperature gets down or falls down, then the metal index remains at the same place, as it is said that the mercury contract but the index stay where it was pushed. So when there is a we call the rise in temperature, then the mercury has pushed the metal to up to the, we would call 30 degrees Celsius, and when the temperature falls down, then we could see the minimum temperature of a particular time is, we could see the 25 degrees Celsius. So this way the maximum and minimum temperatures are would call measured by the thermometer system. The maximum temperature is obtained by the reading of the scale at the point where the index is. So you can see wherever the index remain, like we have the metal index, wherever the metal remain stay, that shows that the temperature of a particular time is maybe 35, 15, 10, or whatever may be according to the measurement scale. So the index is then drawn to the mercury by a magnet for measuring the next reading. Now minimum thermometer. When the temperature falls, the alcohol contracts and its meniscus pulls the index along the tube. When the temperature rises, the alcohol expands. It is read in the same way as a minimum thermometer. 6 thermometers, referring to figure shown above, is talking about this figure, can be used to measure minimum and maximum temperatures at the same time. Maximum and the minimum temperature can be read out or measured at the same time. The daily reading of the maximum and the minimum thermometers are used to work out the average or mean temperatures for one day and the temperatures ranges for the one day or durable temperature ranges. So the everyday the temperatures are measured, and this way, by using these thermometers and then the measuring cylinders, the temperatures are measured for a particular day. It is the temperatures are not measured for whole month or whole week, because every day the temperature of the environment changes. Now let us go to the measuring rainfall. A rain gauge is used to measure rainfall. It consists of cylinder in which there is a collecting cane containing a glass or plastic jar and a funnel that fits to the top of the container. The gong is placed in one open space so that only raindrops enter the funnel of the gong and no runoff from trees, buildings or other objects can get into the funnel. So the gong, it is kept in the open place, and whenever the rain happens or takes place, then the drops of the rain that falls in the gong, and then we could see as the gong gets filled up, we could see in a glass when we fill up the water, then we could see the level of the water. Similarly, in the gong, when the rain water falls, then we can see the level of the water that rises up, and then that indicates that how much rainwater or how much water or the rain has taken place in a particular time, that through this gong we can measure it. The gong is sunk into the ground so that the top of the funnel is about 30 centimeters above ground level to the figure at the previous page. This is to the figure in the previous. This is to prevent the sun's heat from evaporating any water collected, and to ensure no rain splashes up from the ground into the funnel. So no rainwater should be entering in this gong, because this is mainly meant for collecting the rainwater which is coming from the sky or the clouds, and that particular label of the rainwater will indicate that today this amount of rain has happened in a particular time or in a particular day. So dear students, we will continue in the next video. Rain falling over the funnel collects in the jar. This is emptied usually every 24 hours and measured in a tapered glass measures graduated in the millimeter. The tapered end of the jar enables very small amount of rain to be measured accurately. It is important to check the rain gauge every day, preferably at the same time even if there has not been any rainfall. This is because small amount of dew may accumulate in the gauge, leading to the false reading when it does rain. Now, measuring relative humidity. Wet and dry bulbs thermometer are used to measure relative humidity. The dry bulb is a glass thermometer that records the actual air temperature. The wet bulb is a similar thermometer but with the bulb enclosed in a muslin bag which is dipped into a bottle of water. So this is the we call a wet bulb, and this is a dry bulb, and wet bulb is covered with a bottle. This thermometer measures the wet bulb temperature, which, unless the relative humidity is close to 100%, is generally lower than the dry bulb temperature. So dear students, today we will discuss up to this point. In the next class we will deal with the measuring air pressure, wind speed and direction.